Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for coming back. So we've been on our property series. We're now on week 3. I hope you're enjoying and I hope you're finding it useful. Last week we were looking at some of the biggest mistakes I made, some quite embarrassing. But yeah, my pledge was to be transparent, and that is genuinely what happened. So I thought I'd share it with you and just hope that you realize and learn some things and see, oh yeah, Bianca did that and I don't want to do that. But I didn't make only mistakes. Like, I did some things really well and some things I found really helpful, so I'm going to share those with you in this video. So yeah, let's get stuck in. The first thing, I think saving is a given. If you want to make any significant purchase, you need to be saving. So you know, that's a given. But what I really found helpful and useful is continue saving after I'd got like my deposit and fees figure, after I'd reached that target, to keep saving. Because what that then did was, it wasn't that I was necessarily saving so that I could buy a bigger house, but I was saving so that I was used to seeing the money leave in my account. So my broker, he sort of gave me a guide, a rough figure that, you know, your monthly payments will kind of be around this amount. And so I made sure that every month, even though now I've got my deposit, I've got what I need to buy the house, so if I had to buy it tomorrow I could, but I'm still going to keep seeing that money leave in my account, because once you buy the house the money leaves your account, not to go to your savings account but to go to the bank of whoever. So yeah, it was really good and useful for me to be in that practice of not having that money to spend myself, because it had left my account and gone straight to my savings. And also it was good for my broker to prove, like, you know, like I definitely can afford it because I'm saving more than that a month's time. So yeah, that was good. Like, keep saving even after you've saved enough. Like, just keep saving, if you can, obviously, but keep having that money leave your account. The second point, I think I just mentioned that I had a broker. If you can, they're not free and they vary in prices, I think, but get yourself a broker, because especially on the second time round when I was buying my second property, it wasn't sort of a straightforward purchase. And so actually the first guy that I'd used for the first one was just like, you know, the broker in the estate agent. So when I called him to say, oh, you know, I'm buying somewhere else, this is the story, and if you want to know the story, comment below and maybe I'll do that in another video. But yeah, so when I called him to say, you know, this is the story XYZ, he was like, oh no, I don't think we can do that, I don't know, I don't think that will be able to work, I don't think so, I don't know. So then I was like, oh well, okay, can't buy that one then, cool. Then it just so I think my remortgage was due. If you don't know what a remortgage is, check out the first video. But yeah, I think my remortgage was due, so I needed a new broker because by this time I'd sort of gone off the first one. And then my current broker got recommended to me. I just so happened to explain to him the situation of the potential purchase I wanted to make. He was like, it's not your textbook straightforward one, but it's definitely doable. Like, leave it with me. I'm making a few calls. I've got a contact here, got a contact there. Mate, it was nothing to him. But I say that to say, just get expert help, expert advice, people who know the market. I would recommend, because you can have brokers that just specifically work with a specific bank, or you know, 1 or 2 banks, or I don't know, mortgage lenders, whatever. Or you can get whole of market, or at least a wider segment of the market brokers. I would suggest you go for the brokers that work with the wider segment, just so that they have more they can get you a better deal. They're not just tied to this specific one because they're having their commission there. They operate on the wider segment of the market, and so that was really helpful for me when it was shopping for a mortgage. So yeah, I would advise that you get a broker. I don't know generally what they cost. I think from like 500. I even think mine might have been 3. I'm not sure, but it's going to cost you a few £100, but it does give you peace of mind just to know that someone is there who you can level with and who is actually like got your best interest at heart. Like, you need someone good and someone that you can trust. I would get someone who's recommended. It worked really well for me. The next thing that I strongly advise is to make sure, once you've found your property, make sure you are completely embarrassed by your first offer when you go to make an offer for the property. Be really real with yourself. Know what you can afford. Know what you kind of want to pay for the property. Do your due diligence so you know what the property's worth. And, you know, so really work out what you're going to offer, what you would happily pay for that property, but then go lower. And then go lower again. Keep going lower until you physically shudder. Like, nah, I couldn't offer that. I just couldn't offer that. You just don't want to be in a position where you're like, oh, what if I could have got it cheaper? Like, the worst they're going to be like is no way, we're not going to accept any lower than whatever. Then okay, cool. Offer a bit lower than that. Like, don't be scared to make a cheeky offer, because you'd be surprised. Like, some people just want to get the property off of their books. Like, I'm not really saying roll up to Barrett's. I think that's what the big development people are called, and be like, yeah, I'm knocking 50 grand off your prices. Like, that might not work. But you never know. Like, there are opportunities to be had. You don't know the people, the sellers, circumstances. So don't get into your own head as to why something won't work. Like, you can block your blessing by doing that. Be embarrassed of your first offer. And it's easier said than done. To this day, I still, like, I write the email, or I do like role play of the conversation before I make the call. And it's like, okay, so yeah, this is my offer. And you just have to say it with your chest. Like, just go for it. Be embarrassed of your first offer. If you are not embarrassed, if you are not shuddering, like, if you're not like, oh my gosh, I can't do it, it's not low enough. Go low. Anyway. Oh yes, the next one is a second viewing. Have a second viewing. Go round to the property. If you've fallen in love with it, you really like it, go round a second time. Because maybe your rose tinted glasses might come off a little bit, and you'll see some things. You might see some things that are wrong, or you might see some things that are really, really right. If you see some things that aren't quite great, it might affect your offer a bit more. Like, go round a second time, and preferably at a different time of day, so that but I really like bright properties. So if I've gone around in the evening, I definitely need to go in the daytime so that I can see what the sunlight situation is. I feel like claustrophobic if it's dark. Not like I'm scared of the dark, but if it's just like when it's daytime, the place is still dark. I don't like it. It's not nice. It's not nice for me. It might float your boat, but it doesn't float mine. And the next one is don't be lazy. Don't rely too much on the estate agents. I've lost out recently on a really good deal because I think I made the offer. I can't remember if it was for an offer or for another viewing. I can't remember which way round it was. But I sort of just left something with the estate agent and they didn't get back to me. And then I thought, oh yeah, I've not heard from them. But I didn't chase them up. I didn't really do anything about it. And then I think it was like a week or 2. I was like, do you know what? Let me just holler at them and see what's going on. Property's gone. Well, no, somebody had just got, like, basically I missed out on the property. Don't be lazy. Like, these estate agents, maybe they got a lot on, I don't know, but sometimes they're not the easiest of people to work with. So be that person. This is your home. This is your buy-to-let property. This is your money that we're talking about. This is your future in some way, shape or form. So don't leave that in someone else's hands, or just, you know, when they get around to it or when they feel like it. If you have to call every day to get an answer or to get something resolved or whatever, be that person. Like, I have resided myself to the fact that I am that person. I do it with my daughter's nursery. Like, I'm that parent. I'm sorry, it's me. What are you going to do? And back to the estate agents. My final point is build a good relationship with them. Now, I know I was just kind of cussing them, but at the end of the day, many a times they are like a key point to you getting to the property that you want. And again, this is whether you're looking to buy a personal, your home, or if you're in it for a business purposes. You need a good relationship. You want that agent to call you and be like, oh, hi Bianca, we've got this has just come on the market, we haven't even advertised it yet, it sounds like it's right up your street. They need to know what's right up your street. They need to like have that rapport with you so that you can be the first person walking into properties that potentially fit your search. They are, as quite annoying as they can be sometimes, they are also imperative. And actually, like, they're only annoying if you don't do some of the other things that I've told you to do. So like, do your due diligence so that they can't be lying to you. If it's a rental property, they can't be like, oh, this will rent out for £1,000 a month. But actually, when you've done your due diligence, you know that it's going to rent out for £700 a month. So, you know, they want the sell, you want to make money. Have your back, but also use what God has given you, and estate agents are those people that can really help. So, quick recap. What I found really helpful: keep saving even after I've saved enough to buy a property. Get yourself a good mortgage broker. I found it really helpful. Make sure you're embarrassed of your first offer. Go around for a second viewing. Don't be lazy. So don't just leave things to chance, or, you know, I'll make an offer next week, I'll see how it feels, how I feel. No, don't be lazy. Be honest and have a good relationship with the estate agents. So however many tips they were, those were the things that I found really helpful and still do find really helpful in this whole property thing. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Bye.